Conservative political operatives have figured out what riles up their base, the fake threat that progressives are trying to indoctrinate their children, to groom them to become gay or trans. These terms, indoctrination, grooming, predator, accusing innocent people of being pedophiles or being soft on pedophiles, it is also a very specific trigger for a group that is sinking its teeth into our political discourse. Folks like Marjorie Taylor Greene know that. There's a reason her pro-pedophile tweet is the attack du jour. It's a bat signal to QAnon. Joining me now is Elie Mystal, justice correspondent for The Nation. And Elie, you have made this point before, that when these people are saying over and over and over again, pedophile, 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 and then associating that with any Democrat in front of them, it is a dog whistle to get the QAnon people and sick them on whoever that is. And you've talked about the fact that they know these people are dangerous and they're doing it on purpose because they don't care if Judge Jackson gets hurt. I'm going to let you talk.
Yeah, so when I first brought this up, what did these conservatives say? How dare you say that asking questions about her record is inciting violence against her? But you see, they ain't questions anymore. Because unfrozen caveman Congresswoman is no longer asking questions. She's making declarative statements about pedophilia and who is for it and who is against it. And that's basically what you saw all throughout the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday, starting with hypocrite Lindsey Graham and going on down through their whole party. Now, these attacks are designed to attack Ketanji Brown Jackson's, not her record, but her personal character, and that we know that these attacks can put her life and the life of her family and children in danger. And we know they know that. And we know that they have something particularly that they're angry at her about. And it's not the alleged pedophile sentencing record. It's the fact that Ketanji Brown Jackson sentenced Edgar Welch, who is the guy who went to Comet Pizza in Washington, D.C., looking for the pedophile ring to do violence. He's the Pizzagate guy. Ketanji Brown Jackson sentenced him. You know, they didn't talk about that sentencing. Oh, no, they want to talk about all the other stuff. They didn't want to talk about the time where Ketanji Brown sentenced that guy to 4 years in prison. So the QAnon people are angry at her already. And now they come over the top with these pedophilia attacks. It's designed to put her life in danger. And that's you're so right that this is why we have to talk about it, because this is what they're doing on purpose.
Yeah, they're punishing her. And just to prove to you all, if you're watching, that they don't care about pedophilia. This isn't what they care about at all. Ginny Thomas, she had a firm. She has a Liberty Consulting. Of course, that's what it's called. They represented a PAC called Fed Up PAC. And you know who that Fed Up PAC represented? Roy Moore, okay? Supported Roy Moore when he was running for the United States Senate. Christopher Rufo admitted that this is what they're doing. We had him on the show. He's the guy who pretends that he's an expert in something. I don't know what he thinks he's an expert in. But he said, hey, I think ideological grooming is good for the Twitter crowd. Political predators is better for the offline crowd. Basically counseling Republicans of what you should say and how you should take this QAnon attack that is a cuckoo conspiracy theory and morph it into something politically useful. And I don't know if you agree with me that it's significant who's using it. It's people like Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham who fashion themselves future presidential candidates. They know it will get their that base behind them.
Yeah, it's a complete base play for politics, and that does, just to be clear, that doesn't make it better. Like the fact that there's a great chance that Lindsey Graham doesn't actually believe it, he just wants to say it to be president. That doesn't make it better. I could argue that makes it actually worse for him to be doing it that way. But you also have to remember when talking about these cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs conspiracy theories, again, they lead to real harm. It's not because I think you actually pointed it out during the confirmation hearings that while they're making these attacks on Jackson that can put her life at danger, they're also being very clear about where her daughters go to school.
Exactly.
Right? Because like they went right to so if you were a QAnon person watching the confirmation hearings, you know where Ketanji Brown's Jackson family, where they work, where the kids go to school, and these ridiculous pedophile attacks. So they're giving them all the information that they need to do real harm and real bad things to this person whose only crime at this point is being a black woman. Right? Like everybody even the Republicans say she's obviously qualified. Even the Republicans say there's no moral scandal in terms of her personal behavior. This is directed at her just because of who she is.
Yep. And very quickly, I want to play Tom Cotton for you because he took it even lower today.
the last Judge Jackson left the Supreme Court to go to Nuremberg and prosecute the case against the Nazis. This Judge Jackson might have gone there to defend them.
Slavery defender Tom Cotton, your witness, Ellie.
Insurrectionist aficionado Tom Cotton is the last person who gets to say that. First of all, he needs to keep Judge Jackson's name out his mouth. Because Robert Jackson, I'm sure Cotton doesn't know this, Robert Jackson was actually a huge defender of the Fourth Amendment and of due process. I'm sure he would have welcomed people to go defend the Nazis because that's how we know that there's a fair trial going on. So Tom Cotton has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to the legacy of that particular Supreme Court justice. But more to the point, Tom Cotton, in fact, is the person not doing the things to prosecute the people who actually ran a coup against this country and this government. He is the sympathizer to fascism, not Ketanji Brown Jackson. He's, and that's, I think, as much as I can say about Tom Cotton on a Family Network show.
On a Family Network, you and me both. We can text what we really are, the rest of what we have to say that's not for polite company. Elie Mystal, appreciate you, my friend.